Zoe! Back here. And in this one, we are going to be specifically looking at Revelations 3:14 to 18, and specifically what it's saying on lukewarm Christians. Now, as you may have been able to tell, I've done some work off camera, but that doesn't have that much importance other than I decided that this church in of course, this Magaball is going to have a soup kitchen. Yeah, so let's get into lukewarm Christians, and especially why you should not be one. Okay, let us start with reading from Revelations 3:14 into 18, in which is to the church of Laodicea. To the angel of the church in Laodicea, write, these are the words of the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the ruler of God's creation. I know your deeds, that you are neither cold nor hot. I wished you were either one or the other. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out my mouth. Of you who say, I am rich, I have acquired wealth and do not need a thing. But you do not realize that you are wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. I counsel you to buy me gold refined in the fire, so that you can become rich, and white clothes to wear cover your shameful nakedness, and salve to put on your eyes, so that you may see. Now, an interesting part to mention is mentioning neither hot nor cold. Most people who interpret this is as like hot is like being on fire for Christ, and cold being against him, and saying that he'd rather be you against him than be lukewarm for him. However, this is incorrect. Let us take a look at the context of Revelations 3:14 to 18. Of course, it was written to Laodicea, and Laodicea was between two notable cities. It's one which I can't remember the exact name, but it began with a H, so I think it's like Hyacintha or something. However, one notable thing about Hyacintha was that they had incredible hot springs. Instead of being hot for Christ, relating to those hot springs, people would go to those hot springs to be having healing. Meanwhile, south of Laodicea was Colossae. Remember Colossians? It's the exact same one, and we're dealing with these again, in which they had notably very cold water. People would go to Colossae to drink the water on there and be refreshed. You see how that being cold would be referring to having a spirit that would refresh others. And since Laodicea was wealthy, you'd expect that they'd have some water, right? Right? Wrong. They naturally had no water. So they spoke with Hyacintha and Colossae to pump some of their water to Laodicea. Now here's the problem. When it got to Laodicea, both of their waters were lukewarm. Do you see where the problem is? Is now because it's lukewarm, you can't heal with it like you could in Hyacintha, and you can't drink it like it's Hyacintha. However, with the temperatures that would be in the lukewarm category, here's another detail. That it's the perfect temperatures is for pathogens to grow. So lukewarm water allows those things that could be harmful to anyone who went in it or drunk it to have it at all. But this is a notable part as well when it comes to lukewarm Christians. They are even more open to the enemy. So how do you deal with this? Is if you were a church, well, it might, quite, of course, help them and develop their faith. And it's not much of a meh towards Jesus. And really, for example, on the get that fire in, heat it up, or try and help cool it down so that their faith can become refreshing and can bring ease to people. Yeah. So in other words, just don't be lukewarm. So yeah, that's that. Overall, don't be lukewarm. And also being cold for Christ to actually, is to have a faith that can refresh the souls of others as well. But so, yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this, and I really hope you've learned something. And of course, if you want to know more Christ, I would highly recommend planting yourself in the church that's nearby you. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, hopefully you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I will be posting more soon. Wale!